Hello! It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Orpheus, your favorite Greek poet, musician, reborn and brought into the modern age. And I am delighted and excited to be here. So I'm sure you're wondering, who is this devilishly handsome fellow? And allow me to tell you. I am the son to the chief of the muses, Calliope, the muse of eloquence and epic poetry. In my former life, I was married to the nymph Eurydice, and I was forced apart from her when I was reborn. Uh, Originally, before that, though, I was unfortunately not there to protect my wife and went on a huge journey to the underworld, and it did not end up well. Very, very tragic, to be honest. I still have nightmares about it sometimes. But at the same time, well, as you can see, I was also forced to be reborn with lack of my former memory by bathing in the river Lethe, uh, which is a mythical river back home in Greece that when you imbibe the water, when you drink from this river, you forget your past life and you start to just exist as a shade in the underworld. So this was part of the conditions of me coming back, was that I had to basically start fresh. But I also learned magic and other chthonic powers by the goddess Nyx, uh, which is more or less kind of like a mentor figure. I'm really happy to know her. She's helped me out a lot in the past, and I actually don't know where I would be without her. But on top of that, bye bye! Here I am! Yay! Orpheus is me, first and foremost. But I am the Grecian poet who sailed with the Argonauts. Hatsi is a Grecian family name, which I took a long, long time ago. And it basically is a surname that's used by someone who successfully completed a pilgrimage. And in my case, I decided to go back to my my trip to the underworld. My birthday is March 22nd. I am a Aries. And I am 5'11". 6'1" with my boots, because I have little boots on. You can see it in the artwork there, and I will show you later on. But for now, let's continue talking. I am a horror and variety streamer. I love horror. My horror is your comedy. And my favorite colors are purple and blue, or blue and purple. I just blue has always been such a calming color, and purple is just so regal and so suave and debonair. And I'm like, oh, all the things I wish to be. So, for millennia, I was more or less left to my own devices. The first mythological allusion to myself was in 4000 BC, which is where you can actually, more or less, that's where and when I existed. But after 2,000 years, I was resurrected and brought to my duties as an assistant to the muses. But even with that, even with me being dutiful, focused, and continuing on faithfully with what I was tasked to do, I was still plagued often with my past life, with the things I did, with the person I was, the reason why lilies would make my heart ache so deeply. I couldn't figure it out. And despite the ages and the numerous mortals and dreams and goals and aspirations that I assisted with, I was always focused on who I used to be. And so my dreams began to swim backwards and inwards through my mind and deep into the recesses, but at a cost. Because part of the deal with me coming back, I had to drink the blood of the god of the vine, Dionysus. And when his blood mingled with my own, insanity follows. And every now and again, I can remember bits and pieces of my past life, and it's very nice, but at the same time, it runs the risk of someone who kind of hates me taking over my body, which is... It has its own problems. It has its problems. So let's talk about the man of the hour. Dionysus was the Grecian god of the vine, god of the earth, and he rules over drunken insanity, debauchery, and theater. I can agree with at least one of those things. He holds the ability to shape the earth to his whim, and he also holds power over older magics, the magics of things that are long forgotten in this day and age. And he kind of hates my guts. He's not exactly a fan of mine. Which every artist needs their critic. What can I say? I guess mine is this guy. I refuse to worship Dionysus after the loss of my wife for the second time. And I may have been torn limb from limb for it. It wasn't exactly a great time. But here we have my power scaling. This is how I more or less kind of fit in the charts with the rest of MYTHERIUM, or just overall, because honestly, all of the other guys in MYTHERIUM, they're very, very powerful. I'm very scared of some of my cohorts. But I am super adept at defensive magic. I am very good at barriers and counter magics, and of course, thanks to my link with Dionysus, I can transmogrify things, which I am very, very adept at. I'm very, very strong with. As well as, illusions isn't really my specialty. It's more or less the other guy's specialty, to be honest. But we'll move on from that and continue on. And here, I just want to share my thoughts on my gen mates. And first off is our favorite fluffy boy, our favorite blueberry scented man, or blue raspberry scented man, Kawamori. He's the first member that we found, and he's very strong. Very, very strong. Very scary in a fight. I don't know if I could beat him, which is helpful. He's difficult to fight, and it definitely can help out in certain situations. And honestly, it's kind of... I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. It's kind of fun to know that he's a difficult combatant. It's interesting that my magic doesn't work on him, I think. Every now and again, I'm a little curious if it does. And there's certain things I can do that for some reason might work. I'm not 100% sure why. But especially like my ability to inspire other people, for some reason, every now and again I can kind of tweak them. Don't tell them I said this. Every now and again I can make him, I can look into his mind and just tickle it a little bit. Up next we have the man of the hour, my boy. We have Cass Wilder. I honestly, this guy, I don't even know where to start with him. He's one of the luckiest humans I've ever known. I don't know how he's survived half of the adventures he's had, and I'm an Argonaut. I've seen some crazy things. No powers. He has nothing to, like, nothing besides a gun and pocket sand. Which, honestly, that's something that I knew people who would do, and it was never effective. But for some reason, for him, he's pretty good at it. He is the last member to the team that we found, but honestly, I think he's the most impactful, and that's because he adds a level of human I don't really think I can add. After all, I'm kind of a demigod now, and it's kind of disheartening to think about that from time to time. And then, oh boy. And then then we have Hoshi. I'm, I'm scared. I'm terrified of Hoshi. They're, they're so strong. They look very cute, and they are very cute. But don't let that fool you. I saw them do things I can't repeat here, and I'm terrified. Truly unnerved. But we're gonna move on from that. Here is a collection of PNGs of my model. And as well, right here, we will see a green screen showcasing some of my favorite parts of my model. I love my dolphins. I love my moon in the middle of the chest, which for some reason everyone calls a googly eye, and that is not the case. And my armor is actually made by Hephaestus. I'm very, very proud to both own some of the hard work that he's done, as well as just the piece of art that he's done. Just the shoulder pads, the armor, my laurels. I love all of it. He did an amazing job. On top of that, here are my likes. I love music. I love music so much. I am a big indie rock guy. I love poetry. I love movies. I love horror movies, as well as I'm a huge softie for Nicholas Sparks. I don't know why. It's just, it makes me very sad. I love sheep. Of course, we have my darling daughter, Zoe. Hello. Hello, baby girl. On top of that, we also have red wine. I love red wine. I don't know why. It's just very good. And then on top of that, I love caves. I love the rain. And then, as you can see, I have a few dislikes I wanted to add in. Very strong hatred. Very strong hatred for satyrs. Just a lot of bad memories there. I hate hot weather. I hate being hot. I hate being sticky. It's the worst. I added tofu, but to be honest, I'm like, I've never had good tofu, so I'm not sure. Maybe I would like tofu if it's made differently, or made by someone who actually knows what they're doing. I'm not a big gossip guy. I hate people who gossip. Just talk to somebody if you have a problem. Just actually communicate like an adult, and I am more than happy to converse. And then on top of that, here are some of my favorite bands. Here are my favorite anime. One band I really want to pinpoint here is Good Kid. I actually got to see them in concert during their first US tour, and it was so much fun. I had a blast. I got so much cool stuff. I got to talk to the band members. Ugh. I cry. I wanna go to another concert of theirs soon. And some of my favorite games. The Nier series is very dear to my heart, as well as Persona. Persona 3 is my all-time favorite Persona game. Silent Hill has a special place in my heart, as well as Outlast Trials, but that's more because of the people I play with. I really want to do more covers. I think it would be so fun and so good to have a marketable Zoe plush as merch. I really want to do an animatic of my background, of my lore. And I love doing D&D, so I would love to do more D&D campaigns. I think it would be so much fun. And here are my hashtags. As you can see, Orphe Live is for my general. If you are feeling artsy, you can add to the Heartsy fan art tag. You are all my muselings who I love and adore. Our Oshi marks are the theater masks, as well as a crescent moon. And then, my not safe for work tag is,
Oh, hell no, man. What the
we don't have to talk about that. We really don't have to talk about that. That's just there for flavor more than anything. I don't expect anything to come out of that. But yes, thank you again so much. I am so proud to be a member of Bijou, and I look forward to meeting you all next time. So until then, guys, this has been Orphe. And as always, be good, my muselings. Be good.